A positive affirmation is a statement that increases your hope and inner strength. This positive self-talk improves your attitude and actions. Here are some positive Islamic affirmations. I call on Allah, SWT, whenever I need His guidance. And your Lord said, call on me, I will respond to you. Holy Quran 40:60. A human being can have nothing but what he strives for. 53:39. Whenever I feel overwhelmed, I keep it simple. And they have been commanded no more than this, to worship Allah, offering Him sincere devotion, being true, in faith, to establish regular prayer, and to practice regular charity, and that is the religion, right, and straight. 98:5. I remember that my life purpose is to worship Allah. I created not the jinn and mankind except that they should worship me. 51:56. I hope in Allah's mercy. My servants, you who have transgressed against yourselves, do not despair of the mercy of Allah. Truly Allah forgives all wrong actions. He is the ever-forgiving, the most merciful. 39:53. I turn to Allah first. It is you we worship, and you we ask for help. 1-5. I love my Prophet, PBUH. Allah and His angels send blessings on the Prophet, O you who believe. Send you blessings on him, and salute him with all respect. 33:56. I remember Allah as much as possible. Remember your Lord morning and evening, deep in your heart with humility and with fear, and also in a low voice, do not be of those who are heedless. 7-205. When I want to change my life, I change myself first. Surely Allah does not change the conditions in which a people are in until they change that which is in themselves. 13:11. Tests are a normal part of life. I am patient when they come. You shall certainly be tried and tested in your possessions and in your personal selves, and you shall certainly hear much that will grieve you from those who received the book before you and from those who worship many gods. But if you persevere patiently and guard against evil, then that will be a determining factor in all affairs. 3-186. I am always thankful to Allah. Remember me. I will remember you. Be grateful to me and never show me ingratitude. 2-152. Allah gives me more when I am thankful. If you give thanks, I will give you more. 14-7. I use my reason. It is He who has created you from dust, then from a sperm drop, then from a leech-like clot, then does He get you out as a child, then lets you grow and reach your age of full strength, then let you become old, though of you there are some who die before, and let you reach a term appointed, in order that you may use your reason. 40-67. Every night I think of 3 things I am thankful for. If you count the blessings of Allah, never will you be able to number them. 14:34. I seek Allah's help with patience and prayer. Nay, seek Allah's help with patience and prayer, and most surely it is a hard thing except for the humble ones. 2:45. Allah emphasizes His mercy more than any other attribute. Every chapter, except one, in the Quran begins with Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, in the name of Allah, the Compassionate, the Merciful. When God decided to create a creation, He wrote a writing which is with Him upon His throne, namely, verily, my mercy has overtaken my wrath. Bukhari, Muslim. I avoid quarreling. And obey Allah and His Messenger and do not quarrel, for then you will be weak in hearts and your power will depart, and be patient, surely Allah is with the patient. 8:46. My hardships are there to bring me closer to Allah. Allah does not want difficulty for you, but He wants to purify you, and to complete His favor upon you, that you may be grateful. End of verse 5-6. I prioritize the next world. So as for he who transgressed, and preferred the life of this world, then indeed hellfire will be his refuge. 79. 37-39. Truly I am of the believers. Who is better in speech than the one who summons people unto God, and performed a good deed and says, Truly I am of the believers. 41-33. I remember Allah's grace. Whosoever intends to do a good deed but does not do it, Allah records it with himself as a complete good deed, but if he intends it and does it, Allah records it with himself as 10 good deeds, up to 700 times, or more than that. But if he intends to do an evil deed and does not do it, Allah records it with himself as a complete good deed, but if he intends it and does it, Allah records it down as one single evil deed. Bukhari, Muslim. When I turn to Allah, He turns to me. God says, I am to my servant as he expects of me. I am with him when he remembers me. If he remembers me in his heart, I remember him to myself, and if he remembers me in an assembly, I mention him in an assembly better than his, and if he draws nearer to me a hand's span, I draw nearer to him an arm's length, and if he draws nearer to me an arm's length, I draw nearer to him a fathom length, and if he comes to me walking, I rush to him at great speed. Bukhari and Muslim. Gratitude and patience are my predominant states of being. How excellent the affairs of the believer! His affair, all of it, is good for him, and this is not the case with anyone except the believer. If prosperity comes to him, he is thankful, and if adversity falls on him, he perseveres patiently. So it is all good for him. Muslim, Ahmad. I take my precautions and rely on Allah. A man said to the Prophet, Should I tie up the legs of my camel and then rely upon God, or should I leave it free, and then rely upon God to take care of it? The Prophet said, Tie up its legs, and then rely upon God. Tirmidhi. Whenever I feel dissatisfied, I look at those with less. When one of you sees another who is superior to him in point of wealth and creation, let him look to him who is below him. That is more proper that you hold not in contempt the favor of God towards you, recorded in Bukhari and Muslim. I speak only good. Whoso believes in God and the last day, let him speak good, or keep silent. Bukhari, Tirmidhi.